Is your life important? Does your life matter? What is the reason for being here? I might die in 4 months from childbirth. I'm 5 months pregnant right now, so. But the thought crossed my mind, and I already know, of course, I already know everyone's life is important and everyone's life does give value. But I want you to know this, that your life is important. And I will give a lot of examples, okay? Because I have experienced a lot of life and I've come into contact with a lot of people who, whenever I was a child, I actually thought that their life was meaningless, that they literally had no purpose. But I was very harsh as a child. Very. I was very abused as a child, and made me definitely think a lot differently. But now that ever since I've had children, actually, my consciousness has evolved beyond what I ever expected. So, yes. So, do you matter? People think, oh, I haven't done anything with my life. But you really have. Even you questioning why your life matters, even you questioning the point of life, is expanding your consciousness, is expanding your awareness. And when you expand your awareness, everything in this universe evolves, okay? I don't want to say that your life isn't just about you, but in the grand scheme of everything, if you look throughout history, because I also thought about all of these great minds and the great achievements that have been made, and yet some people don't even know their name. Like, I can't tell you who made the train, you know? That great accomplishment, I can't tell you that. It's on the tip of my tongue who made the airplane, like the two brothers. But pregnancy brain makes me not remember anything, okay? Yeah, my squirrel, yeah. So, does your life matter? In the grand scheme of things, even all these great people, there's some who don't even know their name. Like me, I don't know everybody's name who accomplished anything great, right? But they have put the building blocks of life, like they did put their block down. They did have humanity and consciousness take a step forward, right? And maybe you're like, oh, well, I haven't done anything. I haven't accomplished anything great. And I feel that way too sometimes, because I've written a book and I've learned a lot of things, and I've expanded my consciousness far beyond what I ever expected, right? And playing with energy and forming things that are not quote unquote there, okay? Because there's so much that we can do, and my ear's ringing now. There's so much that we can do, and we don't even believe it. We don't even perceive it. My book is free, by the way. You can look on my page, and my book is free. The ebook is free. I made everyone have access to it. because my message is more important than money at this point, and it allows people to see their greatness and what they are capable of. What we all are. But yes, even you expanding your mind is putting a block. And maybe to this point, you're like, well, I haven't. But you really have. Whenever I was a child, I remembered like a few of my past lives, but the last one very closely. So I also know that we are meant to evolve and learn lessons. And I know that I've definitely learned lessons in this lifetime that I didn't in past lifetimes. And it doesn't matter if you can't remember the things that are being brought up in your life for you to overcome constantly. There's usually a consistent pattern. Like, you can change who your partner is, but your partner's going to bring out that thing you need to work on for you to evolve, right? And it's not just, a lot of it's not just this big problem, this big mountain that you have to overcome and climb and get over, you know? And I was thinking, the thought popped into my head the other day that the more mountains you climb, the higher, the tougher they are, all of that, the easier the hills become, the easier the little bumps in the road become. Yes. And even when you see a giant mountain ahead, you're just like, okay, well, I've climbed this many before, so this one's it's fine. It's there. I'll get over it, you know? Going with the flow, going with whatever comes my way, right? It'll be fun, right? How is it working for you? Turn every situation to your advantage. Because I know it's hard for some things to be perceived as for you. But it is. And your life does matter. And even though I was harsh as a child and thought that someone's life didn't matter, he's dead, by the way, now. Okay. It was actually someone I didn't allow myself to get close to anyone, but in hindsight, the person did teach me a lot just by me observing that person. So we all have an effect on one another, and we all do have an effect on the greater good, the expansion of life. Even if you haven't accomplished anything grand, even if your name isn't in a history book, or you aren't a professor that made a note that led to, a great discovery, something. Your life still matters. In the grand scheme of things, your life does matter. I don't want to say it's more difficult, challenging, because it's really not. If you break it down, it's really not challenging for you to find why your life matters, why your life should matter to you, why you should find joy in life. And if you're not having fun in life, then switch things up, change things around. Because a lot of people don't remember their past lives. And I think about this too. I might not remember this life and my next one. So why not enjoy the life that you're given? Why not enjoy the process? You don't need to make a grand discovery to make your life matter. Your life matters to your child, your children, if you have children. Your life matters to your friends. Your life matters to your parents, if you have any. You do make a difference, and we do impact one another. I know I've been impacted by strangers, by random people. I really don't believe in like the randomness. I believe everybody is brought to you for a reason. I don't believe in coincidences, but random people have made an impact on my life. Just a stranger. And I remember this one lady who just had a conversation with me. It was passing by, and we were both like checking each other out, you know, because she was looking good and she was checking me out too. It was just a great encounter that I had with a random black woman, and she was definitely pretty, and she was definitely, yeah. And I remember it clearly, and it was just like a good 2-minute interaction. You don't have to do anything grand to make an impact on people. Sometimes it is just a smile and a brief conversation. Because we both were like, you know, telling each other that we look great, you know? Yeah. So it doesn't have to be anything grand. You can make anyone's day. But more importantly, you have to live with you, so make your own day. You have to live with you. You are the one that determines what you do with your life. You can make the most out of life. You can feel accomplished in your life. You can start getting to know you better. The things that you actually want in life. The things that you want before you die. Because it is inevitable. Even if I don't die in 4 months, you know, from childbirth, that I eventually will. I eventually won't be around. And it doesn't bother me. But I do want to share the lessons and the things that I've learned and been through before then. Yes, it's funny. My friend said that I'm nothing like the main character in my book, one of the main characters in my book. And I was like, yeah, that's the point. She's talking about Josephine, but yes, it's definitely free. It'll definitely expand your mind and your awareness. I do have other options as well. But yeah, you do matter. You do impact people. I'm going to share with you my brother, who is very reclusive. Doesn't really talk to people. Doesn't have any interest in expanding his mind, his awareness. Who works to pay bills and doesn't really find a lot of enjoyment in life, right? Especially before he moved in with me. We've been living together for a long ass time now, but it's because he wouldn't do anything before he moved. He didn't talk to anyone. He barely talked to me before he moved in. But I kept poking at him. I kept messing with him. Kept inviting him to have coffee with me in the morning. I kept at it. So now he does talk, he does interact, he does actually have some enjoyment in his life, even though like he might not realize it. He actually does, right? And he has had an impact on my life, and I have had an impact on his as well. And hopefully he says he'll follow me. Like, he'll just tell me if I die in 4 months, he's like, nope, it's not going to happen. Like, I'll just jump in there with you type of thing. And I don't want him to, you know. And I know it'll be hard for him to move on because I have impacted his life, like just being present. People being present with someone is probably the best gift that you can give someone. Just being literally there for them. They don't have to talk, but your presence is more powerful than you realize. You don't have to say the right thing. You don't have to say anything. Just being there for someone. So, even though he feels like he doesn't do anything with his life but pay bills and work, his life has actually had an impact on mine, on our other sister, on our moms, on people that he's encountered. And he does have untapped potential, but we're working on that. I definitely want him to actually tap into that potential. And actually enjoy what he does and have more enjoyment out of life. But I also want that for everybody. I want everybody to actually enjoy their life. How many people do you know that actually enjoyed their life? But your life does matter. And you do matter. You don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to say the right thing. And yes, I do feel like everyone's life does matter. In one way or the other. It does. There's a reason. I know everybody tries to come up with reasons to continue on in life, but if you've studied the universe and the intelligence to it all, there's meaning behind it. There's reasons behind it. So, on that note, thank you for watching. Go enjoy your life.